metals and like ironworking and stuff like that. I learned more about the pyramids and about uh, countries outside of Egypt that was actually, doing the same thing. They were building pyramids all over the place, but at a smaller scale, the smaller pyramids. And it just amazed me that a lot of the history that I thought I knew, I didn't know. And the only reason why I did it was because I got caught up with these crazy pseudo historical figures, I guess you could call them. But they inspired me to do what I'm doing now. And I'd say it 100%. I would have never done this stuff if it wasn't for being inspired by those people in my life. And I really like it. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I learn now is probably boring compared to a lot of that stuff, but I'm learning a lot. I'm learning, about how the Assyrians stored their grain and how it was managed and distributed, and about food supplies coming to the emperor's palace. You know what I mean? And the sacrifice or the sacrifices that the temples had to make, and when they had leftover grains, they would send it to the emperor, and then so forth. There was an actual system where they were working together, and I've learned, that these historians are actually using textiles, to indicate what culture did what and where they came from and stuff. They can tell by textiles and fabrics and stuff like that which regions these peoples came from, and it just amazed me. And then I started learning about linguistics and the Brothers Grimm. A lot of people don't understand that, the Brothers Grimm actually were the ones who really got the whole linguistics thing going. And I didn't learn a lot from them until I learned about romanticism in writing, which that was recently too. That was within the last 10 years that I learned about the romantic movement, and the Brothers Grimm, Sleepy Hollow, and I learned about them, and then I started learning through history about linguistics and how it originated, and how they use language separate from the written word. You know what I mean? Like, they can track words that come out of your mouth and the way you say it without writing it down to a history that can go thousands of years back. Like the word water in the United States or in England or English period is the same as the word water in Turkey. You know what I mean? And there's a connection there which goes back. So I thought that was always pretty cool, and I always enjoyed learning about stuff like that, you know what I mean? But those are the kind of things that I am into now, you know what I mean? And I wanted to talk more about the stuff that I started me out on everything, but as I kept talking, things kind of, went further, and I'm glad it did, because I was able to talk more about this subject. This is something that I have always been interested in, and I really do enjoy it. I don't think anybody could have discouraged me from learning about history, not even today. So I just I I wanted to, make my first video a little bit about that, you know what I mean, going over, what I'm about when it comes to history and stuff. And I'm always open-minded to people whenever they want to talk about it. But I'm always the type of person who will say, look, this is what I learned. This is what I learned. And if you don't agree with me, I'm going to try to show you some evidence of it, so, and then maybe, figure something out why your opinion is different than mine. I just recently did that in chat with Robot, this guy that everybody calls Robot. We both did the Amtuat, and there was a term that I learned in one of the texts for the Amtuat, which is called Petra, and he said that there was no word Petra that was written in it. But later on, after I found the text that I was looking for, which took me about 2-3 days, I was able to show him that this was the original text that was written in 1905, and the word Petra was in the original text, but the man who discovered, I think it was I forget which tomb it was, and was supposed to have been the guy who deciphered the Amtuat was wrong, and he did that in a lot of the things that he done, and it was known, because I've learned about it and I've read about it, but it was known that he was often wrong. He was a great archaeologist for his time period, but he always misinterpreted the words and stuff, and that was on me, because I was reading the original text, and then I went through and I read his text, and I noticed that it was 2 different names, and I was like, that's actually what we're witnessing there is a rewrite. It was where later on somebody interpreted it and came out with the right name instead of Petra. So that is one example of the kind of person I am when it comes to history. Now I know that I caught it and I found it. Those are the kind of gold nuggets that I look for in history. I want to find those little stories within a story, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm about when it comes to all that, because that's what it's all about, period. I mean, you've got to enjoy what you do, you know what I mean? If I didn't enjoy finding these things and learning about them, then I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've had issues with a lot of things in my life, and it's just something that really I do enjoy. So when it comes to history, I do enjoy history. So I'm wanting to create kind of a show where I can have people come on and they can discuss history openly with me, their thoughts and their views about what took place in the past. And I don't want to cause any kind of disruption. I just want to have a conversation about it and get your views on it. And if I'm wrong about something, then you can pull up some evidence to correct me. If I'm wrong about it, then, or you're wrong about it, then I can pull up some too, and actually get down to the nitty-gritty about history and find out what really took place. I mean, that's what I'm really into and what I'm looking forward to doing forward to doing. I enjoy a lot of people's take on history because a lot of people actually have different viewpoints. Just so you know, too, these they're not the best in the world, but these photos that I'm putting on my slideshow there, those are what I created. I'm not that big of an artist, but at least it's mine, you know what I mean? And I've also got my own music that I'm putting on there. These are Phoenician boats before they had weapons that they put out the sides. They had the rowers down on the bottom, and on the top is usually where people who had weapons, I guess you'd say, spears and stuff like that, or the captain or whatever, they were on top. And I'm sure they looked a lot better than that, but I just wanted to give a rough draft of what they look like and the designs that these ships had. So that's all mine, and I want to make more stuff kind of like that too. But to be honest with you, I've been doing so much on streams and stuff like that that I have barely had any time to do any CGI or graphics, and I really want to get back to it. I even put the stars in the back right there, and like I said, don't make fun of me. That's because I'm not an artist. This is something that I do to try to get better at it. You know, it's part of that learning thing I was telling you about, you know. But anyhow, I wanted to at least do a short stream and let everybody get to know me a little bit better. And if you guys want to make comments in the comment section. I've got a chat. It's named 24/7 live stream TV right now because eventually that's what I want to do. I started out trying to do the whole 24/7. It's 24/7 live stream TV is what it's called. No, sorry about that, but I tried to do it, and it just really caused a lot of issues with other things that I have to do right now, and I finally had to regroup. I'm going to try to get this stuff organized a lot better, maybe get a better following and stuff like that. But I have the chat set up in chats. If you guys want to go in there and check it out, you can. I'm always in the general chat, so if you want to talk to me there, you can come in there and find me. Just use the @ and then Roger_Hanson, and you'll have no problem finding me. Everybody's more than welcome. If you want to get on Jitsi and actually have a conversation with me while I'm doing this, man, you're more than welcome to do that too. I've said it in every stream that I've made so far, and I mean it too. You guys are all more than welcome to show up, and eventually I'd like to get, people who would be willing to sit down and have an interview with me, or maybe give a lead in of, what they know about certain topics and stuff. So that's another aspect of what I'm trying to do here, So with that, I am going to end this. I hope you guys enjoyed what you've heard. If you want to hear more, or if you have certain things you want to hear, let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening.